Brothers and sisters, I'd like to talk today about replying to the crisis of these times with a supercharged energy drink. And from the point of view of natural healing, this makes so much sense because it is the basic premise of natural physicians going back hundreds and hundreds of years that wrongful feeding is the primary cause of illness, that disease occurs to a very large extent in the gut. And it's turning out that, sure enough, that obesity, heart disease, and diabetes have emerged as key factors in fatalities due to the pandemic. And these things, sure enough, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and obesity are profoundly linked to ultra-processed foods. The ultra-processed foods that Americans eat in such preponderance. The breakfast cereals, the pizza, the chicken nuggets, the soda, the chips and snacks, the packaged baked goods, the microwavable frozen meals, the instant soups and sauces, and much, much more. They contain unnaturally high amounts of sugar, salt, processed industrial oils, and unhealthy fats. Indeed, excess sugar consumption is especially destructive. It's a gateway leading right to obesity and diabetes. Unbelievably, almost 80 million Americans, 42% of the population, are obese, and in addition, another 30% are overweight. Along with the waves of depression and suicide, is it any wonder then that disease sweeps through a population as imbalanced as this? Therefore, it comes as no surprise that we have the pandemic. It seems to me that some such thing had to occur, given the imbalance, the altogether imbalance of the unnatural situation that we are in. And we've always had the pandemic of cancer, the pandemic of heart disease, the pandemic of high blood pressure, the pandemic of diabetes, the pandemic of obesity, the pandemic of depression, the pandemic of suicide. All stem from a profound imbalance in how we eat, how we live, and how we relate to one another. The latest data, brothers and sisters, show that life expectancy here in the U.S. has declined in the last few years. Tragically enough, this troubling decline is largely driven by deaths from drug overdose and suicide. Perhaps the fear, bordering on hysteria, that's all around is based upon a realization of how estranged from nature we have become. So the U.S. has the lowest life expectancy among comparable countries. At the top we have Japan, then Switzerland, Australia, France, Sweden, and ranking down 12th at the very bottom of the list is the U.S. This is a shameful tragedy. What other country spends so many billions on health care and is at the bottom of the list? So, by way of reply to this shameful situation, we are going to be making today an energetic drink, a drink brimming with life forces. Let's get started. Now, in times past, we've used spring water. Mountain Valley, by the way, is one of the very, very best. But instead of spring water, we're going to dispense with spring water altogether. And instead, we're going to be using organic grapes. This is a flame grape grown here in the Central Valley of California. It is a magnificent, very flavorful, very sweet grape. We also raisins, flame raisins, magnificent raisins are made from the same grape. So here we go. Here we go. We're making our base of these magnificent California grapes. They have just come onto the market a moment ago. Let's give it another more. And then we're going to be adding some cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes, this is an orange tomato. And also, tomatoes have just appeared in the markets here in California, just a couple, within the last 2 weeks or so. We are truly, truly blessed. So here, we're starting out now with our base. And that's it. As simple as that. And now we're going to be adding some garlic. Please add garlic to all of these drinks. So here's organic garlic. And then in addition to garlic, we're going to be adding some wonderful organic ginger. Ginger is a wondrous food. Please use it copiously. So, organic ginger. And then, for color, for flavor, and for wonderment, we're going to be adding an organic beet. So here we go. Look at that magnificent red color. Okay. Now, some locally grown lettuce. This is beautiful. Look at the gorgeous color on that lettuce. See how alive, how alive it is with just radiating goodness and nutritiousness. So let's do the lettuce. That's all it is, simple as that. And then after that, some rainbow chard. Here's a red chard and a green chard. Why not? Why not? Brimming with life forces, but of course. So let's tear them up a bit and toss them in. Rainbow chard. Okay. Now after that, we're going to be putting. We have some dandelions here. Look at these are beautiful red dandelions. They're just gorgeous, magnificent. So here we're going to take some red dandelions, toss them in, and of course, if you don't have red dandelions, that's so very much okay. Please use parsley, cilantro, spinach if they have it in your natural food store or if it's still in your garden. These are all wonderful substitutes. Wheatgrass, but of course. Arugula, but of course. And then here I have, you've guessed it, a dinosaur kale. Kale is so nutritious, such a true wonder food, all agree. So here's dinosaur kale, and let's take a couple sprigs of this, just tear them up. So here we go. An energy drink, brimming with vitality. Our reply, our answer to the so-called pandemic. Let's go forward, brothers and sisters, with life and with liveliness. Let's celebrate and let's emerge from this stronger, healthier, and more resilient. Thank you. It's been a privilege and honor to share these thoughts with you. We love your comments, criticisms, and suggestions. A privilege to share these thoughts and ideas. Thank you indeed, and bye for now.